are Juuling at Springtown High School. I'm Ashley Juuling.
And I'm Dixon. Juul is an e-cigarette that has been sweeping the nation the past year. Introduced just 4 years ago, Juul has become the most popular brand of e-cigarettes. Juuls have liquid-containing pods. When heated up, then the liquid is converted into an aerosol, which is inhaled by the lungs.
The pods that are sold by Juul are available in 3 or 5% nicotine. They have several flavors including tobacco, mint, mango, cucumber, and cream. In November 2018, Juul agreed to stop selling flavor pods that attracted teenagers. This did not stop other companies from making off-brand pods and continuing to sell them.
There are other types of e-cigarettes or vapes, but Juul is the perfect type for teenagers. They're sleek and high-tech. They're charged through a USB port, have fruity flavors, and are extremely easy to hide. They look close to what is a flash drive, and can fool many teachers and parents.
Images on social media have caused kids to want to try vaping because it looks cool. Some of the kids are unaware of the risk involved. The glory vaping has received from social media is a problem.
Juul claims that products were made to be an alternative to smoking cigarettes. But even with their efforts to attract people over 21, Juuls are extremely popular among teens. The number of high school students who vape doubled in the past year.
There are some Juul pods out there that claim to be nicotine-free, and many teens think these are completely harmless. There are ultrafine particles and heavy metals that are inhaled deeply into the lungs. A recent study found that diacetyl, a chemical associated with serious lung disease called bronchiolitis or popcorn lung, was found in 39 of 51 flavored pods tested from various companies.
The brain is still developing at this age, and the brain is very vulnerable to addiction. If teens get through this time of their life without smoking, they probably never will pick it up. During adolescence, nicotine can cause ADHD-like symptoms in the developing brain, and the lungs are also still developing. People that start e-cigarettes are more likely to start smoking regular cigarettes in life, and this causes a risk for cancer, heart disease, and early death.
Studies looking at the short-term effects of Juuling show that vaping impairs the ability of the lungs to cure mucus, making it more difficult to fight off infection and injury. They increase the risk of heart attack, and even being around people who vape can cause side effects. Breathing secondhand smoke from a vape can possibly make asthma worse.
As of November 2019, 42 deaths and more than 2,000 cases of serious lung illnesses are related to e-cigarette usage. Many doctors are worried because of the amount of nicotine in Juuls. A study done shows that nicotine can just be as addictive as cocaine and even more addictive than alcohol.
Brain imaging studies of adolescents who began smoking at a young age had shown reduced activity in the prefrontal cortex, which is the main center for decision making. While there may be other toxins that are harmful to the body, nicotine seems to be the main cause of reduced brain development.
It is also possible to smoke marijuana in a Juul. Juul does not specifically sell this product, but they are accessible to many. They can Google how to put it in there, and then they'll have it in the pod. There are also pods that already have marijuana in them for sale.
In April 2018, FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb announced he was creating a youth prevention tobacco plan. The FDA specifically asked Juul for documents related to marketing to see why Juul was so popular among teens. Juul is now facing lawsuits in several states because many believe the marketing was directly aimed at teenagers.
Some schools are contemplating nicotine tests or have already started. Some schools are looking to install Wi-Fi enabled vape detectors. However, they are quite expensive. A school in California is sending students to a 4-hour weekend class discussing dangers of vaping.
Students usually hide vapes in their jackets. Most teachers and administration probably know at this point that Juuls are very small and easy to hide. This poses as a problem when they are trying to watch the class. Students that get in a group every day and tend to deliberately face away from you might be vaping. Vaping can sometimes be hard to catch because people can hold it in until the smoke is gone. Although some teachers are catching them, the main way students get caught is by other students telling administration.
The greatest setback teachers have is lack of knowledge about vaping. Many students do not know the health problems that come with it and are doing it because their friends are. Teachers and students' education about Juuls and vaping could help many understand what is really in the vapes. Doing peer-to-peer programs about vaping can teach them about it without feeling like teachers are going to punish them for it. Involving parents in teaching their kids the dangers of vaping can help reduce the number of people doing it.
We believe that making assemblies for the school that students can relate to would be extremely beneficial to curbing the amount of kids who are vaping. We know that vaping is a serious problem because there have even been signs put up in the bathrooms around the school. We cannot solve this problem in one day, but every day is useful and can be used to help this epidemic. This is not just a problem in our town, vaping is a problem everywhere in the world. Any questions?
What did you find about heart attacks? That was new information to me, that it can lead to heart attacks.
Yeah, it was saying online when I was looking at all the symptoms that it could lead to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's probably because has heavy metals and all that stuff in it. It's not good for you, so it can lead to those things.
Mm-hmm.
They probably haven't found out for sure, but I mean, it probably could because of everything that's in it.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know the percentage of teenagers who vape, or like an estimate? Because you said it doubled within the past.
I don't know for sure, but I do know that it's a lot because they had to put up all the signs everywhere. And it's not just in our school. Even the place we went to for the taffy competition had it everywhere. Any school I've gone to has them. So it's not just here, it's everywhere.
Did they list off what kind of heavy metals were in there that they found?
I know for sure like acrolein, but I don't know, because I know they put those in the commercials, but they didn't list everything out. They said toxins and heavy metals and like acrolein. Yeah.
Where would you say like most of the social media glory comes from? Like where do y'all see this kind of stuff coming up?
Probably Instagram. That's where no one really posts about anything like that on Snapchat. So, and Instagram's more like open with that. They don't have very big policies. So.
Do you guys think like hanging up the posters and informing teenagers of the dangers is really going to make a difference? Like, do you think people are going into the bathroom to vape and stopping because they see the poster?
I don't think the posters are helping, but at the same time, I don't know if at this point it's telling certain people are because they're already addicted to it, so they're not gonna be like, oh, I've done it for so long and nothing happened to me yet. But for the people that haven't started, I feel like teaching them about it would probably be more effective than having posters around the school.
Yeah, I don't think the posters help very much because they're already doing it and they see it and they're just like, well, it's a poster. It's not really much.
Did you think that the assembly that y'all had this year, did that touch on anything that you thought maybe was valuable or spoke to anybody about it, or was it not really directed at that?
It had its points on it, but it didn't really talk about it a whole lot.
Maybe we should look into something else, huh?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Something that's like directly about it. Because I mean, yesterday they locked all of the bathrooms. We couldn't even get in to go to the restroom. Yeah. Anything else?
You mentioned reduced brain development, and I was wondering what that would look like as a teen, if you could tell, or if it like you could notice in the future when they're adults and what this could look like.
I think it's in the future because most people do it as teens. It's some in middle school, but mostly teens. And they do it, and our brains still aren't developed until later on in life. And so it probably affects what you're doing like with your school and helping you not focus and everything. Yeah, I think it's later on in life.
Do you know like the percentage of people who are addicted to Juuls?
No. I know that it's a lot. More than it should be. And that's why they're taking like literally all the flavors off the market. I heard about that recently, that they're taking all of the flavors except for menthol and tobacco off the market.
I heard those are the most dangerous ones. They are like off brands. Those are the most dangerous than the regular Juul.
Yeah, because they're off-brand, so they have different things in it, and they could have more metals or more toxins because they're not the actual thing that's made. They're off-brand, so they're trying to be like that, but they're not that.